Hey, what's going on, guys? Justin here with AmericanTrucks.com, and today I'm going to be breaking down and installing the Red Rock powered and heated tow mirrors with the smoke turn signals available for all 2010 through 2018 Ram 2500s. Now, you guys should be checking out these tow mirrors from Red Rock for your Ram if you tow frequently and you'd like to just get a much better view of your trailer or camper setup through a very affordable set of extending mirrors that also pack some nice bells and whistles. So I'm breaking down some of the features here with these mirrors from Red Rock. I think the biggest takeaway is going to be the foldable and extendable nature of the mirrors themselves, which, let's be honest here, guys, that's pretty much the biggest takeaway or feature with most tow mirrors that you will encounter here on the site. So for instance, when it's time to tow, you can just simply fold them up like they are now and get a much better view of your trailer or camper setup, no matter how long. However, if you're not towing or not hooked up to anything and you would like to get a little bit more of a low profile look, well, you can simply fold them down like so and you're good to go. So it's really up to the owners, of course, how you'd like to have the mirrors at all times. If you want to leave them up, I know some guys just dig that look, that's totally fine. If not, you do have the option to go a little bit more low profile. They are also manually folding, so if you ever wanted to fold them in closer to your HD, you totally have that option as well, but just know that they are both manually folding and extending. Now, the folding nature of the mirrors here with Red Rock are really only a portion of the features with these particular options. These mirrors also feature a powered adjustment feature for both driver and passenger side mirror if equipped. They also retain the factory style heater or defroster, so you can defrost the mirrors on those chilly mornings. And then they also, maybe my favorite part, incorporate those smoked LED turn signals, which you can see down here, guys. Very low profile, very low key, but they do kick those in, and something I do really dig here. Now, I do have to point out that all of these features I just mentioned, including the puddle lights, which are also included here, guys, all these features were only really going to work if your HD came equipped with those features from the factory. So what I mean by that is just simply buying these mirrors from Red Rock and hooking them up to your basic HD is not going to essentially make all of those happen for you out of the blue. You do have to have those pre-equipped, and these will retain those features for your HD truck. Shifting gears, let's talk construction here real quick, guys. The mirrors are going to feature a textured black ABS plastic for the overall build or material here. It is given that little light grain texture, which is very reminiscent of the factory plastic found around your truck. These do include brand new glass here. You are getting a split glass, as you can see, kind of your standard mirror, and a wider profile view there as well, kind of typical of the tow mirrors. And of course, all of the LED lighting and hardware that we talked about earlier. Now, these particular options do also feature a slight reinforcement built in. That's just going to help keep those mirrors nice and steady when driving on a windy road, highway, or even doing some light off-roading. I think this is valuable because I've certainly seen some cheaper mirrors out there that don't have any kind of reinforcement built in, and they shake like crazy even on the highway, and that would drive me nuts. Now, finally here, guys, also worth mentioning is the fact that these do feature a plug-and-play harness. As you can see, it's gonna be a very, very easy install when it comes time to get these puppies bolted up, and we'll show you a little bit more on that later in the video. Price point for the mirrors themselves honestly could have been lumped in with that list of features I rattled off earlier. That's because they're gonna come in just north of that mid, maybe high $200 price point for the pair, which certainly makes these one of the more affordable options on the site at the time of this video, especially ones that kick in that many features. Now, if you want an extendable functionality or that extendable tow mirror, but maybe you don't need or necessarily want all the extra bells and whistles, well, you can certainly look for some more basic options here on the site. Or on the other hand, if you just tow maybe a handful of times a year, you can always check out a slip-on option for a good bit less as well. Now let's get into the installation, guys. The site is going to call this a soft 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and will take you at least 2 hours to get the job done. There's 3 nuts holding these things in place. You got a plug-and-play harness. How difficult could it be? But to give you a better idea of just how this one might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's kick it out to the shop now for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
For this install, you will need a ratchet, 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, panel removal tool, a long Phillips head screwdriver, and a small flathead or a pick. What's up guys, today we're going to be doing some mirrors on our Ram, so let's get started. Alrighty guys, so we have to get our factory mirror off, and to do that we've got the door open, and we're going to need to remove this little upper panel here because there's 3 mounting studs for our mirror, one of which is exposed here but the other 2 are behind it, as well as our plug for our powered options. So we've got our panel removal tool. I'm going to go ahead and work that right behind here. Just pop this panel right off. So now the first nut we're going to remove is this one here. Because it's angled a little bit down, we don't need to remove this panel, but we're going to go ahead and grab a 10mm wrench and get this one loose. And once that comes loose, should be able to spin it off by hand while the other 2 are still tight. Just make sure you don't drop it into your door panel. Now for the other 2, we're going to grab our 10mm socket on a ratchet. And before you remove the last one, you do want to support your mirror with your other hand so it doesn't fall. Again, we're going to support our mirror while we loosen this last one. What we're going to do is pop it out of its seat. Now you don't want to just yank it because you do have a connector that we will need to unplug. So now we also have 2 T20 Torx screws that we're going to need to remove, so we can pull this panel back just a little bit so we can get our mirror unplugged. So we've got our T20 Torx bit on our ratchet. We'll go ahead and pull these off. So now that we have these 2 screws out, we'll work our way around the rest of the outside of the door panel here so we can get the rest of our T20 Torx screws out. Now we have 2 down bottom. Next we need to go ahead and remove our door handle screw. So we've got a very small flathead. We're going to pop the beauty cover off of that. Okay. Then we'll use a Phillips head screwdriver to get this screw out. Now once we have those out, we can go ahead and release our panel from its locator tabs. We'll just pull out on the panel. We'll go ahead and get it out of the way. Now we can go ahead and unplug our mirror from our module here. So we're going to follow our harness down. It's going to be these white and black connectors here at the bottom of our module. Go ahead and pop these out. And we'll release our harness from its locators. Those you can just pop right out. Now we can go ahead and fully remove our mirror. Make sure our harness comes out through our access hole. And we'll set it aside. So now we can go ahead and get our new mirror in place. So we'll feed our harness back through right where our factory one came out. Then line up our mounting studs right to the factory mounting location. And we're going to grab our provided flange nuts. We'll go ahead and get these loosely installed so that our mirror doesn't go anywhere. Now we'll go ahead and tighten these down with our 10mm socket on our ratchet. Start with the bottom first. Next we'll go ahead and plug in our new connectors. Now they're going to go right where our factory ones went, so that white one's going to go on the bottom. Make sure that locks in. And the black one right next to it. Make sure that locks in as well. And we can go ahead and set our door panel back in place. And we'll go ahead and get our door handle back through our panel. We want to get it up and over the door lock as well and get that back into its correct spot. And back into the window frame. Now that we have our door panel back in place, we'll go ahead and reinstall our Phillips head screw for our handle part, followed by all of our Torx screws around the outside of the door. We can also reinstall our upper trim panel here. We'll just snap that back into place, cover back up our screw here, and we'll go ahead and reinstall all of our Torx screws. Now, some of these may just go right back in as they are push clips as well. So now once you've got this side done, you can go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Red Rock powered heated towing mirrors with smoke turn signals and black finish for your 10 to 18 Ram 2500. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.